A 2-0 win for England against the Republic of Ireland in Dublin. We can actually analyse this for what it was, which was a very professional and attack-minded performance from England, which could have gone further than the 2-0, but the first half really showed kind of what kind of football we can expect from a Lee Carsley team, hopefully. And I think a lot of the descriptions that were used about this kind of football was the handbrakes were off. Basically, the shackles were off. The players were given license to go forward at speed, look for forward passes, more forward passes, I think, than we've ever seen in a game from England. And with the players we've got in that front six, that was something we could do. Like it really worked for the majority of the time. And we'll talk about the goals in a moment, but they were both crafted out of forward thinking and passes forward that might not have otherwise happened under Gareth Southgate. So yeah, a much fresher, more direct approach from Lee Carsley. And you could see with the players that he picked, first of all, and the kind of football that the players were trying to achieve, that this was a coaching direction that Carsley wanted to take the players in. But Anthony Gordon was the interesting one, given quite a free role, I think, in this game. Obviously overlooked for most parts for the Euros by Gareth Southgate, but Carsley really likes Anthony Gordon, doesn't he? He made him quite a key, pivotal, free player in England's run to the Euros under-21 final, where they became winners. So could we see more from Anthony Gordon? I think we probably could, and that's not a bad thing. He kind of fits Cars ball, or whatever you want to call it, quite nicely. Another player who really benefited, I think, from Lee Carsley was Trent Alexander-Arnold, who played him in a natural right-back position, and after the failed experiment in midfield, I was glad to see him play in that position that he plays for his club. And to great effect. His forward passes are amongst the best in the game, and his vision is fantastic, isn't it? And I think if you have players that are making forward runs that are kind of looking to be aimed at from these kind of passes, then it comes off really nicely. And that direct approach brought a lot of the forward six into play. It meant that the likes of Anthony Gordon and Jack Grealish especially, who played fantastically, and again, a player that was snubbed altogether for the Euros and had a real point to prove. With it being in Dublin too, I think that was especially true. And he played brilliantly. He had probably one of the best games I've seen from him for a while, for club or country. And he played more like the Jack Grealish that we saw at Villa. I don't know if you agree with that, but he looked a lot freer. He looked like he was the player that was making decisions and dictating play rather than the player that was meant to slot into a particular system. And that freedom was kind of obvious with everything England did in that first half especially. And that was really encouraging to see. And for a talented team like we've got, makes a difference, I think, in fans' perceptions and hopes going forward.